All right, here we go. Today we have Terry Watanabe, who gambled over $800 million in Las Vegas and ended up losing his entire $350 million fortune due to his gambling addiction. Terry, welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you.
Well, let's start in the very beginning. So your father, Harrah Watanabe, actually funded the import business Oriental Trading Company.
Correct.
And he moved here from Japan as an immigrant?
Yes, from Hiroshima.
Okay. And how did he build that company?
He built it. It was a carnival distribution company, and he had one store in Omaha, Nebraska, and he had maintained 17 stores in the meantime across the country, but consolidated to Omaha when the war developed, World War II.
Aha. Okay. And you yourself, you grew up in Omaha, Nebraska.
Correct.
And you were the oldest boy.
Yes.
So once you started becoming a teenager, your dad was making plans for you to take over the company, which is a Japanese tradition, right?
Correct.
So what age did you actually take over the company?
Well, he built me a building when I was 13 years old.
Wow. Okay.
72,000 square feet. And he said, do I want to take over the company? And he could sell it out. He was rather my grandfather's age, okay? And so I think I would say a good age would be 20 that I took over.
Okay. And your parents, they both gambled when you were a kid?
Yes, my mother, just Keno and Lotto, but my father gambled. He was a bookie.
Mm. Okay, so gambling was already normal in your household.
Yes.
Okay, so at age 20, you became the CEO of your father's company. And at that point, you started shifting the company. Instead of the stuff they were doing, you started focusing on carnivals and churches and schools, and the company ended up expanding a lot.
Yes.
Okay. And at some point, you guys started making $25 million per month. Grossing. Okay. And that company, which started out small, you grew it into $300 million in revenue a year by 2000.
Yes.
Okay. So now that you're making all this money, what were you doing with it early on?
Just buy back shares of the company to be liquid and to reinvest. Gambling really hadn't affected me, gambling had affected my life, but not to the point where it controlled my life. The addiction really started developing when I was in my 20s.
Okay. So the money's coming in, and were you getting into relationships? Did you think about having kids, getting married, anything else like that?
No, I just more focused on the company.
Really? Why is that?
Don't know. That was just how our culture, that's how traditionally the eldest son took care of the company and the manager of the family. So.
Okay. So by 1995, you're around 38 years old. You bought a huge 18,000 square foot mansion on 4 acres.
38,000.
What's that?
38,000.
30,000 square foot mansion?
38,000.
38,000. 38,000 square feet. That's crazy.
Yes.
I have a 7,000 square foot house and it's huge. So this is like the guest house for you.
Yes.
Okay. It was on 4 acres.
Yes.
How many bedrooms is that?
9?
9 big bedrooms. They had to be huge.
There are 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms.
18 bathrooms.
Yes.
Okay. And you were just living there by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So then by 2000, you sold your company.
Yes.
What made you sell it at that point?
It was a family-run company, but it just got to the issue of numbers. Everything turned out to be numbers and spreadsheets, and departments just turned into actual mini companies.
Okay.
And it just got to be too much for me.
So check this out. Out of curiosity, I Googled myself. Not just my name, but my email too. What popped up? Pages of data broker sites with my info. Old addresses, phone numbers, even people I know. Just crazy. You can blur it out, but the fact that it's even there, that's a problem. So if you ever wonder how scammers get your phone number or how randoms end up texting your relatives, it's because your personal data is being bought and sold legally. There are companies called data brokers. They collect your info without permission and sell it to the highest bidder. Marketers, scammers, even stalkers. And they're making billions doing it. That's why I partnered with today's sponsor, Aura. I use it personally, and I recommend it to my team, my family, everybody. Aura goes in and automatically removes your info from these shady sites and keeps it off. You don't have to do anything. It handles all the dirty work for you. But it's more than just deleting your data. Aura is full-scale digital security. You get alerts if your info pops up on the dark web, real-time fraud and credit monitoring, VPN, antivirus, password manager, all in one app. $5 million in identity theft insurance and 24/7 US-based support if anything ever goes down. Look, we talk about scams and cybercrime all the time here on Vlad TV. This is how you protect yourself. You can try Aura free for 14 days. Just go to the description below and click https://aura.com/DJVlad. In those 2 weeks, they'll start already cleaning your data off the web. I'm not leaving my info out here for anyone to grab, and you shouldn't either. Go to aura.com/DJVlad and lock your digital life down. Well, you allegedly sold the company for $400 million.
Close to, yes.
Okay. So the interesting part is that after you sold it, this company kind of got kicked around a little bit.
Yes.
So Brentwood Associates bought the company for $400 million. And then in 2006, 6 years later, they sold the company to a private equity firm named Carlyle Group for $1 billion.
Okay.
But then the economic downturn happened in 2008 and it went bankrupt.
Okay.
And then by 2011, it was acquired by another private equity firm, KKR, for $250 million. Then a year later, they flipped the business to Warren Buffett's company, one of my favorite people, Berkshire Hathaway, for $500 million.
Yes.
So it, kind of lost money, gained money, and so forth. Is it still around today?
It is, yes.
Right. Oh, okay. So here we go. So Berkshire Hathaway, they also had a toy company called Mindware, and they rebranded this OTC Direct under the Mindware umbrella. So it's part of Warren's vast collection of companies.
Right.
Okay. So now you sold this company. Was $400 million mostly yours, or did you have to split it with your siblings?
Mostly mine.
Mostly yours.
Mostly mine.
Okay. So now you have hundreds of millions.
Yes.
How much did you have at that point? Around $350 million?
Around there, yes.
Okay. So what do you do with that $350 million after you actually, get in your bank account?
Well, I ended up going to Las Vegas.
Okay.
And didn't blow it all at once, but slowly, it's just naturally part of the beast of the addiction. It was spent in Vegas.
Well, first you started gambling in Harrah's casino in Iowa.
Yes.
Right? And that was just like little stuff, right?
Yes.
And then they were telling you, hey, you should go to Vegas if you want to step it up.
Correct.
So you started going to Vegas. Originally, you started going to the Wynn.
Right.
So right around 2006, you're around 49 years old, you start going to the Wynn and you start betting heavily.
Correct.
Now, you're not only betting, but you're also drinking a lot.
Yes.
Do you think you were an alcoholic at that point?
Yes, it was.
Okay. When do you think the alcoholism started in your life?
Probably in my early 20s.
Okay. Did it get worse once you started gambling?
I think the alcoholism caused the gambling to become worse, yes.
Okay. Well, you're spending so much money at the Wynn that Steve Wynn, the owner, actually met up with you.
Yes, Steve Wynn.
Yep. How did that meeting go?
It was okay. It was very, bottom line, open, honest, and direct. He said he didn't like the way I was gambling, that I was compulsive, and out of control, and he didn't like the way I was handling myself in his casino.
Okay. What were you doing in the casino?
Um, I was gambling, but I also tended to hang with his employees going to other casinos,
Okay.
and I don't think he liked that as far as a management style.
Okay. And after that meeting, Steve Wynn felt you were a compulsive gambler and an alcoholic, and he actually barred you from the casino?
He asked me to leave by Monday. It was a Friday.
Okay. And you couldn't come back?
I don't think I wanted to come back, but I know I think it was banned.
Okay. So you left the Wynn and you ended up at Caesar's Palace.
Correct.
And that started a year-long binge where you lost $127 million.
In 07, yes.
Okay. So they're saying this is one of the biggest losing streaks by one person in Las Vegas history.
Probably.
What was the game that you were playing?
I served slot machines.
Slot machines.
Yes. I was all over the board. It was very, not disrespectful of gambling, but not, I was all over the board as far as being a person who should have known the odds were not in my favor, slot machines, but I just didn't have fun.
Well, you were spending so much money that year, Harrah's Entertainment, which is the parent company of Caesar's Palace, almost 6% of their gambling revenue overall in the corporation came from you.
Yes.
In Caesar's Palace, where you were gambling, 20% of the revenue came from one person, you.
Correct.
Okay. And not only would you gamble, but you would just give out money to everybody.
Yeah, I tipped heavily. I gave a lot of people money. I shared my wins and losses. And there were losses and they turned into tips for people.
Right. I guess you would just give people $100 bills, like wads of them, that'd be like $20,000 at a time.
At times, yes.
Okay. What was the biggest tip you ever gave out?
Probably 50,000.
50,000.
Yes.
To who?
To the slot machine slot machine people when I won 2.68 million on a Cleopatra machine,
Huh.
and I hit it twice in 10 days.
Okay. Well, what was your single biggest win that you ever had?
About 3 million.
On what game?
Cleopatra.
Slot machine. Slot machine doesn't require any skill whatsoever.
No,
You're
it
just
doesn't.
pulling the handle. Like
Yeah.
you don't make a decision. You just pull the handle. Now you
right.
could bet a certain amount, right? And I'm sure you were just maxing it out every single time?
Yeah, 1,000 spin.
1,000 a spin.
Right.
But that's it. Beyond that, there's no more decisions to be made. You
No, it's-
either pull the lever or you press the button, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a brain dead bet.
Okay, so you're now spending over $100 million in this one casino. Well, they were saying that you hit a point where you were betting like $2.25 million every single day.
I don't believe so, but it could be close.
Okay. What was the most you spent in one day?
I think it's 24, 36 hours, $5 million.
$5 million.
Yes.
In one day.
Yes.
On slots?
Slots and blackjack and about everything, anything that gambled.
Okay. Were you better at certain games than others?
I would say better, but I would say more reluctantly, I tended to go with the brain dead games like slot machines.
Okay. Well, you were spending so much money at Harrah's that they started to reward you. So at Harrah's, there's a total rewards players club system. It's like a loyalty system. And it goes up to like 7 stars, but they actually made a new rank for you as chairman.
Mm-hmm.
So you were the only person.
The other one who had a card in that category, that level.
Wow. Okay. So some of the things they would do is they would give you tickets to the Rolling Stones concert, front row. They would give you $12,500 in airfare to get there and back.
Contrary, the airfare I paid with my own jet.
Oh, okay. Okay, so not the airfare. But they gave you $500,000 in credit at the gift stores?
Yes.
So you could just spend for free. What were you buying at the gift stores?
I just bought the whole store.
The whole store?
Yeah.
Like, what was in that store?
It was their gift shop in Caesar's Palace.
You just bought out the whole store?
Yeah.
What'd you do with the stuff?
I sent it back to Omaha, and then there's other places where, like Red Rock, I bought the entire gift shop for the customers to buy their pool items, swimming pool, at the pool shop.
Okay.
And I donated to the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Okay. And you gambled so much that you would get 15% cash back on table losses, more than $500,000?
Yes.
So if you would lose, they would kick back some of the money to you.
Yes.
Okay.
As credits towards the next month.
They gave you a free 3-bedroom suite at the Caesars.
Yes.
You had your favorite bartender there. And basically all the people that dealt with you on a regular basis would all just come to you and serve you whenever you're there.
Correct.
And so one of the handlers at Caesar, Al De Leon, and also Christy Kunder, she said the reason why you were so valuable to Harrah's was because you went towards games that had low odds, including roulette and slots. You were considered a house player because slots and roulette are house games. They have terrible odds for the player. And the way you played blackjack, you weren't very good at it either, which basically made it a house game also because you made bad decisions at the blackjack table.
Yes.
Did you ever, I don't know, try to learn how to play these games better, like have an expert come in or?
No, because I just went for fun. I was reluctant to learn how to play better, but I just, it was a whim of not having any limitations when it came to credit limits or whatever. So I just did it for fun.
Right. And the employees said that you would actually stay at blackjack tables sometimes for 24 hours straight.
Yes.
How'd you stay up that long?
I did cocaine.
Oh, okay.
But the casino probably didn't tell you that in September of 2007, when I started my downfall, I fell in the shower, asked for some Excedrin for my host, and was given lower tabs.
Right.
And nerd boxes that they would send up through security. So the opiate part of the life I had, combined with the cocaine and the alcohol, just made me a mess when it came to gambling.
Right. So it's actually claimed that your personal security team that was assigned by the casino would help get you cocaine and pills.
No, the casino helped as well.
The casino helped.
Yes.
Okay. So did you become a cocaine addict at that point?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Were there girls involved? I mean, was there, orgies and sex parties and all that?
I'm a gay man.
Just gaming?
I'm a gay man.
Oh, you're a gay man?
Yes.
Okay, so were there guys involved in gay orgies and the such?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Did you, what was the craziest thing you bought for a gay man that you were dating?
Probably I paid off the mortgage.
You paid off someone's mortgage?
Yeah.
How much was that?
$65,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And the hotel staff basically said that they were afraid to cut you off because they would be fired because you were bringing so much money to the casino, but there are rules in a casino that says if a person is intoxicated, that person is not allowed to gamble.
Correct.
So what do you think happened?
They didn't follow the rules. They were not responsible when it came to gaming. Even though this is part of their motto, their creed. They, I believe, took advantage of me and dealt with my weaknesses in life and kind of expounded on them.
Yeah.
Especially with the lower tabs, the opiates that they were providing me, unprescribed. But part of it's my fault, but part of it's their fault too, okay?
Yeah. Well, your spending history from 2005 to 2007 at the casinos was allegedly this: $4.2 million in 2005, $81.2 million in 2006, and $825.4 million in 2007.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
It sounds a little off, but it's close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
So you spent almost $1 billion in 2007.
Yeah, well, yes.
When you look at 2007, 825 million spent, what do you think was your greatest moment of 2007?
Probably flying my family down for Thanksgiving.
Ah, okay.
So that was another perk that they provided, but anything to keep me in the casino,
Huh.
they look forward to.
Well, your siblings had no idea any of this was happening.
Not really.
So what did they think that you were doing in Vegas all this time?
I was living my life, but they really never intervened or anything.
Okay. But during that Thanksgiving trip that you're talking about,
Yes.
you told them the truth.
Yes.
How did they react?
They weren't shocked, I don't think. I don't think they were. I think they were shocked by the magnitude, but not so much shocked by the amount of money I spent.
Okay. So 2 weeks later, they went back home from Vegas and they took you with them.
I went back with my sister, I believe in mid-December.
Okay. By this time, were you completely broke?
Close to yes.
Okay. Those 3 years in Vegas cost you your entire fortune.
Yes.
So that next year, you actually went to rehab.
Probably yes.
Okay. How was that first rehab situation like?
I think it was the last rehab that I went to in 2015. It was really monumental. I went for 18 months. And just because of the alcohol, the coke, the gambling, all the addictions I had, it took a lot of time to unravel all of them.
Well, right, because you leave Vegas and now you're trying to get your life situated. You had to sell your house.
Yes.
So that huge mansion we talked about, that gets sold back to the developer for $2,660,000. Yep. But then in 2009, you actually get charged in Clark County for 4 felony counts for defrauding Harrah's.
Correct.
So what they said was, after you spent $112 million at that casino, that they gave you $14.7 million in credit,
Correct.
which you ended up losing. So the $112 million wasn't enough. They wanted that extra $15 million on top of that. And they actually filed criminal charges against you. This wasn't just a civil lawsuit.
You're right.
So you were facing 28 years in prison
Yes.
over a $15 million credit.
Yes.
You pled not guilty.
Sorry?
You pled not
Yes.
guilty. Did you have money for a lawyer at that point?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you turn around and filed a civil lawsuit against Harrah's.
Yes.
And you said that you said on a regular basis, they gave you liquor, pain medication to keep you, to actually keep you gambling.
Yes.
And the Nevada's Gaming Board actually opened a separate investigation whether Harrah's actually violated the rules or not. So now there's multiple cases. There's a criminal case against you, a civil case against Harrah's. There's an investigation by the state on Harrah. So it's like 3 different things going on at once. Okay. But by 2010, all the criminal charges were dismissed.
Right.
How were they dismissed?
I really can't say, but they just were dismissed.
Okay. Because you guys reached a settlement.
Yes.
Did you have to pay them at the end, or did they just drop this whole credit thing? You can't say it. Okay, let me ask you this. Are you happy with the settlement?
At the time, yes.
At the time, yes. When you think about it now, are you happy with the settlement?
Not the happiest, but it got my life back in somewhat order.
Right, because you were facing going to prison.
Yes.
And at that age, it was almost a life sentence pretty much. Right? 28 years at age 50, you're probably going to die in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dust settled, you lost $350 million
yes.
in the casinos. When you think about that amount now, and you think about what that would do for not just you, but a lot of people. I mean, that is multi-generational wealth. That's generational wealth that goes down probably 10 generations.
Right.
If you don't mess it all up in a generation. But like, for example, just to put in perspective, let me just get a calculator here. Like right now, I have accounts that give me a 5% interest rate, right? A preferred interest as long as you put in a certain amount of money. $350 million at a 5% interest rate, which is realistic right now, is $17.5 million a year just in interest without touching the principal. So you could be making almost $18 million doing absolutely nothing right now,
right,
if you still had that $350 million. How do you feel about that amount of money right now?
I feel a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed about what I had and what I lost. But in life, it's just kind of the way I was over the top of almost everything I did, so.
Well, in 2013, Caesars Entertainment was fined $225,000 by the New Jersey Game Commission.
Correct.
For allowing you to gamble $112 million while fully intoxicated. So they made $112 million and they were fined $225,000.
Right.
Basically nothing. They basically didn't have to pay anything.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I feel a little disgruntled, but I just didn't dwell on it that much.
Yeah. Well, in 2017, you were 60 years old. You announced that you had prostate cancer.
Yes.
And at that point, you had no money, so you actually had to start a GoFundMe.
Yes.
You tried to raise $100,000. You ended up raising around $29,000.
Right.
Was that enough to pay for the operation?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're cancer-free?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did your family help you at all?
No.
So when you initially sold the business, were they shareholders in the business at all? In Oriental Trading Company?
My brother was, yes.
Okay. So he made multiple millions of dollars?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. Why did he not help you?
I have no idea.
Did you maintain any sort of relationship with your siblings?
We didn't have a close relationship, my brother and I.
Okay. How did you feel at that very moment? Here you had $350 million, and now you can't pay for an operation that's going to save your life.
I didn't feel that good about it, but
Yeah. Well, you did an interview recently where you said that you were diagnosed as bipolar.
yes,
Does that explain certain things?
I believe so, yeah.
So what exactly is being bipolar? I've had a few friends that were bipolar, and it's I've seen it play out in different ways.
Well, I'm on medication now, but it's the highs of my life are very high,
Yeah.
and the lows are very low,
Yeah.
and there's like no balancing. So I can't find that ridge.
Yeah, I had a friend, Disco D, who was bipolar. He committed suicide at his mother's house. He hung himself.
I see.
He, you know, ended up losing a lot of his money, and he had to move back in with his mom, and he was depressed over that, and he just decided to check out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I would see him, we spent a lot of time together in Brazil when he was, we were filming music videos, and you saw when he was happy, he was just that crazy. He could be manic. And then when he would be upset, then it'd be the exact opposite. Since you left Las Vegas, you attended rehab 12 times.
At least.
Okay. So what would happen in between the rehab sessions?
I'd kind of relapse.
So you start gambling again?
No, not gambling, but the cocaine or alcohol.
Okay.
So I'd relapse, get a little out of control again on my life personally, and would go back and get cleaned out again.
Right. And you currently live on Social Security?
Yes.
Okay. When you look back on your life, what do you think was the biggest regret? Was there a moment where you feel like, if I had just gone left instead of right, my life would have ended up much differently?
Yes.
What was that moment?
I think the moment was when I found the company getting me too overwhelmed, the growth of it, and I started video gaming online. Online gaming started me into the addiction, okay?
Huh.
So I think in my 30s, I lost probably $30 million just in video online gaming.
What kind of games?
Blackjack.
Oh, okay.
Slot
Gambling
machines.
online.
Yeah, online gaming.
Okay.
So that was part of it. It's kind of a gambling is such a disease where it's so transparent to people that you can go home at night and gamble for another 8 hours, okay?
Yeah.
Online. And not even notice the past, but I guess just the disease of addiction of gambling, that it was such a easy opportunity to be able to do this without noticing people, without being noticed.
Yeah. What do you think, if someone's watching this and they have a gambling addiction, and that's very easy these days, you're right. There is online gambling, there's sport, you could almost gamble on anything these days.
Yes.
You could gamble on the coin flip of the Super Bowl. You could gamble on who's going to win a Grammy this year.
Right.
You could do anything. What do you think is the reason why people are compulsive gamblers like this?
I'm not sure because I tend to wonder about myself and why I was. But I think I would just be sure that they were aware of what they were doing and to be cognizant of the fact that this is a very addictive personality, okay?
For example, right now in the NBA,
Yes.
you have Chauncey Billups, who was an NBA coach, and Terry Rozier, who's an NBA player, are busted for gambling, betting on their own games. Terry's said that he was $7 million in debt with the IRS, so he was faking injuries to try to actually, win bets and so forth. These are people who are worth over $100 million, who have huge salaries, who are under the NBA, which any sort of gambling will completely exclude you. Why do you think these guys risk their own careers for an amount of money? For example, Terry faked an injury to win a $200,000 bet when he makes $350,000 per game. And now that's it. Once he's convicted, no NBA player, no NBA team will ever touch him. Why do you think this is happening?
Probably as addiction got so heavily into it that he's desperate. My guess.
So for example, when I started investing in stocks, the one thing that I had to learn was psychology of wins and losses,
Yes.
right? And what I learned early on, which made a lot of sense, was that the emotional reaction of losing is 10 times that of winning.
Right.
Meaning that you could lose $1,000 and it would feel the same as winning $10,000.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And can you relate to what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you relate. It's just, again, I went on no premise of making money to Vegas. I went on just having fun.
So you didn't care about wins?
Not at the time, no.
Really? You just cared about having fun?
Yeah.
But you could have fun instead of playing, like how much would you play on slots? $1,000 to spin?
1,000 spin.
Why not do $100 to spin? You're still playing the same game.
I wish I could have understood that at the time, but I didn't.
You just didn't understand that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't gamble. I go into a casino and I look around and I say, all this was built off losses.
Right.
That's what I tell myself. This is all losses. People don't come here to win. The games are rigged against you.
Correct.
And certain games are worse, but ultimately, the games are rigged against you. It's designed, this is why they give you the free liquor and the free perks and stuff like
Right.
that, because it's designed for you to lose. So thinking that and not having an unlimited amount of money, I just never gambled much. I would go to Vegas, I'd go to restaurants and go to shows, and that's pretty much it. What was it about the gambling that just thrilled you so much?
I know it's the overwhelming excitement of it. I just can't put it into words.
Yeah. Well, Foundation Media Partners actually secured a book, film, and documentary right to your story.
Correct.
So how's that coming along?
The book's going to be done within a year, and I'm trying to promote it in this way
Okay.
a little bit. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm very interested in reading it because I know there's a lot more to the story than what we've covered. Well, Terry, I appreciate you coming in and telling your story. It doesn't seem like you've really denied responsibility for any of this.
No,
it seems like you've taken full control over
Yes.
what it is that you've done. And I mean, obviously, we would all have regrets over a situation, but it seems like you're okay with it.
I'm trying to do better.
Yeah?
Yep.
What happens now when you walk by, a casino, or you go online and there's a link to play online and so forth?
I don't gamble anymore, so I can walk through a casino and not even touch a machine.
When was the last time you gambled?
Oh, God, it's been years.
How many years?
Maybe 10.
10 years. So you've no gambling whatsoever.
No.
What keeps you from gambling?
Just the compulsiveness of it, the addictiveness of it, knowing the highs and lows and the shallow part.
If someone put $350 million back in your account right now
Yes.
and said, here you go, do whatever you want with the money, do you think you would gamble?
No, I wouldn't gamble.
You wouldn't. What would you do with the money?
Probably charity,
Charity. Yeah.
philanthropic.
Well, Terry, appreciate you telling your story. Good luck with the film and the book and so forth. And I think that a story like this is really going to teach a lot of people because you get to see.
I hope so.
You get to see what happens at the highest level. I think a lot of people, they get into a situation where they, and I've done this myself over the years, unfortunately, where you don't have a lot of money. You get a little bit of money. You get like a few thousand and you want to flip it. You want to turn it into, you want to take your 5,000, turn it to 10 or 20.
Right.
And most times you end up losing the whole 5,000. But you're in a very special case where you just didn't think you were going to ever lose it all. But ultimately, if you keep gambling, you will eventually lose it all.
Yes.
And that's what happened to you. Well, good luck with the rest of your story.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you all the best.
Hey, thank you.
Take care. Peace.
Thank you.